as much as the city has a mandate for a 20% low income, none of these newer places have really met that mandate. And so what I think can reasonably be argued is that we're pushing out the working class people and bringing in mostly commuters that have better paid jobs outside of San Pedro.
Yeah.
So we don't have really the transportation infrastructure for more people. I mean, you've seen Gaffey Street when you commute up to LA, right?
Right. Yeah, that
65,000 cars a day there.
The wall of cars.
Yeah.
Leaving.
And then when there's a fire there or something like that, and it gummed everything up. Where's the infrastructure?
Well, let me talk about affordability first for a second, okay? And we'll come to infrastructure along the waterfront and throughout the area. I think what we're seeing, especially with our older housing stock, our single-family housing, the value's going up. And I think when you see people coming in from the outside and the next generation not being able to buy, I think it's that single-family housing stock. And I will say along the waterfront, where we're seeing some new development coming in, that's a real opportunity. We do have a project that is going up. Well, it's not going up yet. It's being cleared and is getting ready to go up right behind City Hall. And I think we're going to see some more development along Harbor Boulevard and closer to what is going to be the waterfront development, which I hope we'll be talking about. But I will also say the One San Pedro project is really remarkable for any project in Los Angeles right now. The One San Pedro project is Rancho San Pedro, as you know, and Rancho San Pedro has about 470, it's 473 actually, public housing units. Yeah. No, they're public housing units. Right. And that project, which we all of us worked really, really hard on, and we just in the last couple of months got the final plans approved, the specific plan and the development plan, and now they're good to go, and some work is already happening. That's going to go to nearly 1,400 units. And of those additional units, we'll retain more than one third of it will be public housing. More than another third of it will be affordable housing, and then less than a third of it will be market rate. And this is a concept that we're following up on what we're doing in Jordan Downs and Watts, where we have public housing and we're using that great land and our zero basis in the land, by the way, to bring in developers to create affordable housing that is for folks to come in and rent or buy. And we're taking some of the lessons learned from Jordan Downs and we're bringing it to Rancho San Pedro.
So you're saying that some of Rancho San Pedro units will be condos to be purchased?
Yeah, a small number. Yeah.
What percentage?
Oh, it would be of that 1,400, less than 100 will be market rate purchase and an affordable purchase, and the rest of it will be, rental.
Okay, because what I see happening overall with the development here is gone away from the condos, which were done when we were working on the CRA, like the
condos for purchase, you mean?
Yeah, Center Street lofts, the bank lofts, and all of that. There was a lot of that, and what you get with somebody purchasing is you get people who are more committed to the community. They're not transitory or as transitory, and that changes the nature of the community.
Well, I think the world's changing. For you and I are of an age where I think that held true, but I think these next generations coming up are looking for affordability, but rental is not out of the question.
Right. I mean, I rented for many years before I bought anything, but it is also true that the way to having a stable economic future is having a long-term loan on a domicile, because it becomes the most valuable asset that any middle-class family ever purchases. And so we're taking that away from a whole generation of young people, and maybe they don't think they want it, but I
No,
can
I'm not
tell
saying
you,
that. I'm just saying that I think that there was the generation before me, and this is just my observations from the arc of my family, what were renters, and my generation, or maybe two generations above me, were renters, and then in the big boom after the war, I think it was buying homes, and my generation certainly was buying homes. And my experience is that purchase and rental are both on the table and important options as long as they're affordable for youth coming up. And the good news is the Rancho San Pedro, the one San Pedro project, will have affordable purchase stock.